Hey everyone, so welcome to my 7 days of potpourri. They are all going to be staggered in days because I have a really busy week at work. I have a couple of presentations and a couple of conventions I have to attend, so this should tide you over for at least a couple of days. So I'm going to start off with day one, like I had promised, with Mother's Day. So today I'm going to show you how to make a Mother's Day boutique box. And I'm actually going to show you how to make this box. So for you scrapbookers out there, if you already know how to make this, great. If you're new, I think you guys will really enjoy this. But this is called an explosion box, and I just felt something jostle inside the box. And I left it plain intentionally because a lot of you will have your own ideas in terms of how to decorate this. And I didn't want to show you a box that's fully decorated because I'm not going to show you how to decorate it. I'm just going to show you how to make the basics of the box. So an explosion box is basically when you lift off the lid, it opens up, and my chair fell over. So this is a boutique box. And let me kind of show you here. I left a little blank space so you could write or stamp Happy Mother's Day. And it's a boutique box because it looks like a little French boutique, but all of these components have a purpose, okay? So let me start with this side of the boutique wall. As you can see here, this is kind of like a train case, a luggage, or a hat box, a very large hat box. And what it is a magnet. So you can give this to your mother and she can use this at work or, you know, in her office or whatever. And she could put it up against like her cubicle wall or magnet board or whatever. And it's stylish as well. So there's one magnet. Here is another magnet that looks like a purse, as you can see in the back there. And these can be made into magnets as well, but I actually made them into necklaces. I'm not going to pull it out because, as you can see, the chain is behind the wall here, and it's actually holding up these magnetic portions because it's just kind of sticking to the chain there. But they look like little gilded mirrors, as you can see there, but they're also necklaces. These are both necklaces, but again, you can make them into magnets. This is just for inspiration. On this side of the wall, I just made a little pocket for a gift card. So if you wanted to give your mother a gift card, in this case I have a Victoria's Secret gift card. This was my gift card. I'm just putting this in here as an example. And on this side of the wall is a frame. But as you can see here, it's a dry erase frame. And I'm going to show you how to make the frame, but I'm not going to show you how to make that because obviously I used a mold. Again, it has a magnet on the back, and I've got a little piece of metal behind the wall there that essentially holds it up on one side of the boutique. I was going to make shelves, but I just didn't. Too ambitious, I think. And then last but not least, I'm going to show you how to make this chair, and yes, it's a copper chair. And if you can see those notches in the arms of the chair, it is a business card holder. So my only suggestion is make it a little closer to the back of the chair so that the business card can stand up. I made the mistake of making it a little too far, and I was about a centimeter off. So if you can see, it's laying back a little too far. So if you make the notch a little higher, it'll sit it'll sit better on the chair. Otherwise, you can make a table or a vase or whatever you want. Make it a picture holder, for example, as well. So if you have like a little picture of yourself, you can put that there, obviously a little smaller. So this is my Mother's Day tutorial. As you can see, a lot of stuff. So I'm going to show you how to make the box. I'm going to show you how to make the chair. I'm going to show you how to make the dry erase frame. And I am going to show you how to make the train case, the purse, and then obviously the two mirrors as well. So quite a lot. I will list all of the supplies in the description bar, so make sure you check it. If I don't answer your question, then that means it's in the FAQ. And again, just to reiterate, you guys, this is just provided as an inspiration. If you don't like the color, obviously I don't expect all of you to have the certain textures that I'm going to show or that I use specifically. So look around your house and see what you can use as texture. So for example, if you have lace, lace makes perfect texture. If you have burlap, burlap also makes perfect texture. Linen, for example, just, you know, be creative. I hope you get some inspiration out of this. Oh, and one last thing. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. So when your mother lifts the lid as well, I thought I was forgetting something. She will have chandelier earrings. So I'm going to show you how to make chandelier earrings as well. I can't believe I forgot that, sorry. So I have a gold option and a silver option. I'm going to show you how to make the gold option. And see, get it? Boutique box chandelier earrings. Yeah, okay, I totally forgot about that. I was wondering why. I thought I could have gotten this done in one day, but no, it's because I had to make this too. So yeah, show you how to make this, those, the box itself, and the dry erase frame. And it's a little boutique box. I know I'm talking too much. I know some of you say, well, you spent 3 minutes talking. In this case, I have to spend 3 minutes talking to explain it. So yeah, this is your Mother's Day present. Mother's Day explosion boutique box. All right, everyone, so I hope you like it. Let's go ahead and get started. And so let's go ahead and start with the explosion box. There are some really good tutorials out there for explosion boxes, so I'll link them in the down bar too, just in case I make it confusing. So the first thing you want to do is pick paper. And in this case, I'm using my garden party pack, and this I purchased at Joann's, but you can find it at most craft stores. And since I'm going to make everything kind of a pink and green theme, I'm going to use these 2 pieces of cardstock, and I may add more, but I'll let you know. So these are both 12 by 12, so regular scrap size cardstock, the kind that you typically use for your backgrounds when you guys are making your video. So the first thing you'll want to do is decide which one you want on the outside and which one you want on the inside. I'm going to choose this one for my outside, so I'm going to leave it at 12 by 12, so I don't need to cut it down. But what I'm going to do next is take my Martha Stewart scoreboard, and you don't need a scoreboard. If you have a ruler, just use a ruler instead, but I happen to have this, so I'm going to use it. And again, you can find this at Michael's or Joann's. And then what I'm going to do now is basically score it at the 4 mark and also at the 8 mark. And then I'll turn it and score it again at 4 inches and 8 inches. So that essentially you'll have a series of squares, and I'll show you in a second. Sorry about the dog hair. And since this, I want it to be on the outside, I'm actually going to flip it over as such. Okay, so that when I fold it up, it looks like that instead, and you'll see. So once you've scored it, as you can see, hopefully you can see it, there are 9 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, then what you're going to do now is you're going to take a pair of scissors and you're going to cut out the corner squares. Okay, so once you've cut out your 4 squares, and as I mentioned, make sure you hang on to these because we'll be using these on the inside of the explosion box as well. As you can see, looks like a cross. So basically, where you scored, all you need to do is fold up. And you don't have to do it right now, I'm just kind of giving you an idea of how it's gonna look. Okay? So then now what we're going to do is start on the inside layer. So you've done the first layer, you're basically going to do the same thing with the second layer. You'll see in a lot of tutorials that people cut it down, and you can choose to do that too, but I typically cut it down later. So I'm taking my 12 by 12 and I basically scored it at the 4-inch mark and the 8-inch mark, flipped it, scored it again, and then now what I'm going to do is cut the corners out. As you can see, I put a little card there and a little card there. And I didn't show you that because all I did was cut it down to 2.5 and then put some double-sided tape on the sides there so that it creates this little pocket so I can put a gift card in. And then I just cut one down 1/2 inch on each side so that it's like a little card that I can write on. So now we're going to make the lid, and I chose this striped pattern, and I cut it down by 7 1/8 and 7 1/8. And then what I'm going to do now is score it at 1.5 inches on all 4 sides. So it's been so long since I've done this, I hope I measured it correctly and I hope I've got the directions right. But if I don't, I'll let you know. I'm going to see if it really fits here. Oh, it might be a perfect fit after all. Okay, so then once you've cut it down, you're going to put your scoreboard aside and you're going to take your scissors and you're essentially going to cut where you scored on one side, or all sides, but where the corners are, just one side. So I've cut one here and I'm going to go ahead and cut the adjacent side. So as you can see here, it kind of creates those 3 sections and a little flap there. Then I'm going to go to the opposite ends and do the exact same thing. Cut it there and cut it there. So this is how it looks, and then what you'll just do is essentially take that and fold it up just to see if it fits. So you're just making a lid. And then you're basically gonna make the lid like such, and then you're gonna tape it down, and once you've taped it down, it should fit exactly, and it does! Yay! So that's how it looks. So let's go ahead and tape the corners here. Fits on the explosion box. And it does, and it's perfect! Look at that! 3 tries! Woohoo! Okay. And when you open it up, see how it explodes? Okay, so box aside, now we can start on the polymer clay.